got beef with me? Who got beef with me?
All right, guys, look, I'm back, man, and we got some news today. Uh, First of all, I want to give congratulations to Mr. John Wall. Oh well, yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna give big congrats to my boy John Wall who finally retired. Um, he had he marked 11 years in the NBA. He after 11 years he announced on social media that he was finally retiring. People showing like moments of him, and Paul George is the last guy for 2020, 2010 draft. Here's one of the funniest moments. So yeah, I just want to give some shout out to John Wall. He had some really good year. Um, John Wall, Kyrie, Westbrook, Curry, Dame, James Harden, Chris Paul. Those are some of the high like basketball players during them 2016 through 2019 years when those guys was on their prime. Even with Derrick Rose from the early 2000s. I know he didn't get to see much of prime Rose with them guys, but it was some high playoff from point guard position during them years. So I just say a special shout out to my boy John Wall. You know, uh, uh, so man, he was like really a special good player. He had a good career. Yeah, people if you never got to see John Wall at his peak, he was really like competing up there. Like we were arguing who was better, John Wall or Westbrook, John Wall or Curry or whatever. It was serious competition between all them guys. Um, so I'll let you give John Wall his flowers, man. He really great guy, and we're gonna miss him playing basketball. But it's gonna be the end for John Wall. John Wall will probably going to make great scenes and do great scenes. So I want to give a shout out to John Wall. So you made my childhood fun and my high school years fun watching you. So shout out to you, my guy. I still remember you throwing on the blood sign the videos. Really, niggas really know you were tapped in for real, tapped in. I'm not getting affiliated to not nobody come after me, but he was really tapped in. He was really tapped in. Uh, um, Now this is what I really don't react to today. So today, Daniel Jones has been announced as starting quarterback. So it's been it's been a long offseason. Okay, I know I haven't been making videos, but I just thought I should make it about right. But talking about this, my mic was off. My mic was off. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna insert the video I had before, my tribute to John Wall. But yeah, just some stuff I want to add on to the video I made before about. Cause I recorded some stuff before about John Wall. About the Anthony Richardson AR situation. I think it's gonna be a long season for the Colts. Um, it is what it is. You know what it means when Daniel Jones just starting quarterback. I don't think I need to go through and talk about it. You know what it means. You know what it's a sign of. So a lot of you guys are gonna be disappointed, and it's gonna be a long. I mean, like honestly, I can't be mad at the coach because it was everybody fell in love with AR in the franchise. There was a lot of people in Indiana who kind of fell in love with him because they wanted to get a quarterback. You had CJ, you had Bryce Young coming out the draft. I don't know who's the other quarterback coming out of that draft who was drafted on. Let me check my phone and see who is the. Yeah, it was after him was Levis Henry Hooker. So yeah, it wasn't much talent after him. Yeah, of course, yeah, Chester Bennett, DTR, uh, Tanner McKee. But yeah, so yeah, I think the Colts they wanted to draft a quarterback a year. It was really impressed with AR, and AR showed a lot of talent, a lot of promise, but he have not lived up to expectations as of now, and I think this is now he reacted to um this I think we gotta react his his let's say this is his reaction to um being named as starter.
I feel like he's a better fit for the team, better fit for the outcome of us winning. So you just gotta respect it and just keep working. That doesn't undermine any other work I've been putting in. Doesn't say that I've been improved. I'm proud of the improvement I've made. Shane is also proud of that. So you just gotta keep stacking on that and just keep getting better. You say you respect it. Do you agree with it? I mean, I gotta agree with it. At the end of the day, um, whatever's best for the team, that's best for the team. If it was me, I'm pretty sure, he would be having to answer the same question. So at the end of the day, I respect it, and whatever's best for the team, whatever's gonna get us that Super Bowl ring, I'm all for it. Could you do something somewhat similar?
Yeah, so that's his reaction to it. So he handled it properly. But yeah. N- Now he could be behind the scenes, be probably looking for his future. He probably could be already thinking about teams he can go after this season, but or I don't know. He won't be able to leave until next following year. But yeah. So a lot of people are asking, are you going to take for RC? That's not possible. He's not coming out next year, so um, he probably gonna stay. RC is not gonna come out after 1 year of college, so I'm sorry, guys, it's not gonna happen. So if I'm one, if so, it's like the next year draft is gonna be kind of weird because a lot of people who gonna be who gonna be drafting high this year probably gonna be drafting high next year. So it could be a potential, bro, that if you're a top pick this year and you don't show or what upcoming draft in 2026, you don't have a great year. You could be out the door if Archie if the team get Archie. Um, I don't know what the coach plan after this. Here's one thing you definitely got some quarterback next year because you'll be in a position to draft quarterback because you got Daniel Jones as your quarterback for this full season, no matter what happens. So you gonna be you probably gonna be top five. Towards that's going to happen. Um, Now I think one or two scenarios. You draft a quarterback next year. You hope he sit by AR for a year or maybe a couple of games, and he maybe take AR position and you trade AR. Or it can be no, it can be never crazy. You can draft a quarterback next year, and if you're bad enough to if you bad enough with that quarterback, the following year you can be in the position to draft RC. And I don't know if that's really smart. So my thing is the teams who probably gonna be trash this year, be bad this year. Um, I honestly, if you gotta ask me, it might be an like if teams trying to if teams see enough potential in these guys next year, um, then they might draft Cade or Alloy. Um, I think to be if you want to be honest, um, my prediction for the 2026 draft is Cade or Alloy gonna be drafted to either the Colts or Browns, or if Browns one of the QBs from the Browns have a good year this year, or whatever they pay good enough. Like if I'm Drew Alloy, if I'm Alloy or Cade, my hope is um some of these teams might fall in love with Archie depending on what year he have this year, and maybe they will don't go after you guys, and you may go to some of the teams who might be good, but their quarterback is not playing up to par that I think he should be playing, or maybe their quarterback was teetering and he's falling off the cliff, cliff. So some of those higher up teams like the Saints or Browns. Well, I think Browns is good business, but like some of the teams that who I know for sure who gonna be drafting quarterback next year. Um, like you hope, like my hope it was if I'm a quarterback, I'm falling to the Steelers next year because Aaron Rodgers is not coming back after this year. I don't care. I'm pretty sure he pretty much guaranteed he's not coming back after this year. So if I'm Drew Alloy or if I'm Cade, I hope I play good, but I also hope some of these teams quarterback this year play well and well enough to where well I just well, if I'm just one of them guys like about going to the Saints is I would not be like dead set on going to the Saints. Colts maybe I mean it's just not these teams don't have bad rosters, but I just more if I'm a quarterback, I'm most likely want to follow like just so some of these teams just tank for another year and wait for the draft class of Archie Manning, and it could be some better quarterback this 2026 class, but if I'm my prediction, if I'm a person who's predicting the draft next year, I think it could be we could have I think well definitely receivers gonna be better. I don't know if receivers gonna be better. It's hard to tell, but whoever gonna come out. But the Archie Manning class that could basically have Archie Manning. Some I don't know who else gonna be the quarterback. But I know Ryan Williams or Jeremiah Smith could be coming out that draft class as junior year. Those guys who had a really great rookie year, for freshman year, and they gonna have. I'm pretty sure they don't have a better sophomore year. So if those guys come out their junior year with that Archie Manning class, that class can really be like like a real everybody can find their guy in that draft. So I think it's gonna be like the same thing with this year. Like it's talented guys who was in this draft, but it was like one guy, and then all the other guys was like late round, second round, first round draft pick. I think the same thing gonna happen this year. So if I'm well, it would be nice to have Drew Allard go to the Steelers, and we can find out between him and Ware Howard who will be the quarterback for the future. But you know, like, cause I, as a Steelers fan, I'm looking at the next year draft. I'm like, well, this year I'm not even worried about the draft. I'm just worried about Aaron Rodgers and having a great season. But after this year, going to the draft, it's gonna really gonna be like, okay, we might have to we probably gonna draft a quarterback, see what we can do. Maybe Fallon, maybe Cade. If I'm outlawing Cade, man, I hope one of these teams who's really good, but quarterback may take a step back this year or may not be getting it. You hope you fall on those teams other than the Saints and Colts where they're looking for you to stay their franchise. You hope them teams just wait tank for another year and wait for Archie. But if I have a my theory is Archie maybe gonna end up in the Saints 2027 draft. Because I'm just thinking right now, um, I don't think Arch would go to the Colts. I think the Colts probably going to either draft Tyler or Cade or whoever have a great year, and I think that might be like the top quarterback to take. I think all the other quarterbacks after whoever has a great year, whoever set themselves apart from the pack, it might be another Cam Ward year where Cam Ward was the number one guy and everyone else was like um all the other teams where everybody else they have like a veteran quarterback in place and they have a guy sit behind. So I think a lot of teams it to me like on teams I can think of that maybe wanting to draft quarterback high round for sure next year. Maybe the Colts. I don't think the Saints are it is. I don't think the Saints are looking to me looking for it. I don't know if you it just it I sometimes you can get a feeling, guys. And Archie Manning dad paid for or granddad paid for the Saints. He didn't have a great time there. He got beat up a lot. It was a terrible time. But mm, to me, you got to pay attention to storylines, bro. Archie Manning going to the it's only two places I really think Archie Manning making up is the Colts or the Saints. I don't think he goes to the Browns. A lot of people saying he goes to the Browns. Nah, I don't think the Browns will get him. Be honest with you. Um, I don't know if like Stefanski. I'm pretty sure Stefanski is trying to coach for him to hit right now on quarterback right now. So I mean, if Shador or Gable show don't promise in this year, this season, I don't think they will draft quarterback. Draft Archie anyway in 2 years, and even if they one of those quarterbacks struggle, I don't think they will have a potential to wait for another year to draft a couple of quarterbacks. And I think they're going to wait one of those top quarterback next year, 2026. So the teams right now who I think could be setting themselves up for RC Manning to me is maybe the Colts or the Saints. The team, but I think even with the Colts, like they're trying to win as soon as possible. So they may draft a quarterback. They may try to get that guy next year, 2026. So my only team to me right now, it's hard to say because it's 2025. So in 2 years we don't know what the hell can happen. But for me, number one team that could be in running for RC Manning when he does come out in 2027 is going to be the Saints. Um, I just think that's a team that's just like Tom Matthews was retired, Cam Jordan, that defense is getting old. So they're a team that can be like, all right, we gonna give Kyler Murray about a year or two to develop this team, and then maybe if we can get RC Manning in 2027, we'll get him and we'll have a good roster around him. Um, I don't think um, just for me, just for me, just watching this past college football season, I don't think the Saints is really gonna tank for either Cade or Allard. Those are two guys who remain top of the draft. So I think either Allard or Cade could end up on some teams that have like a veteran quarterback who's maybe one way out the door or maybe slipping, like i.e. Rams, Raiders, who knows, Seattle. Like I think some of those teams, those guys might end up at. Um, or maybe the coach who got a good coach and good roster, and they just want trying to win as soon as possible. Or the Browns. So, but I think most likely like New Orleans probably gonna tank for another year after this year. So I think for sure that unless K or Allar have a great season, they probably won't pick one of those guys. They probably pick somebody else and let them build their roster. So that's my prediction for this season and the upcoming draft. I think a lot of people just it kind of like Wemby comes to the NBA like 2 years before, like like where that like those teams are trying to set themselves up for that quarterback or whoever come out of that draft. So right now, I gotta say, mm, future for the Colts. If I had to do any position, future you came this year and you may draft a quarterback. You probably know you will draft a quarterback next year, and you'll probably be the only top 10 team that will be looking for a quarterback. I think Browns may hit on one of those guys. I just think like it's Gable or Shador is going to be the guy in Cleveland, and I don't think Cleveland. I don't think Stefanski have a least where he can wait for two more what one more season after this for a quarterback. I think Stefanski is trying to win now. He got a good roster. They got Miles Garrett, and they're not trying to waste any more years. They're trying to win. So like I don't see them just wasting a couple more years to draft um uh to draft Archie. The only thing I can think of is the coach who's a young team, and Saints is they're I think the only top guy they have is like Kamara, and Olave is on I forget how old Olave is. Yeah, Olave is 25. So if you wait until 2027 when um um until Archie come out, he still be 27. So those are some of the teams that can who can wait. Coach Brown or and the coach team. I think Brown's and coach are the team that can't wait for another 2 year season. Um, so I just think whoever is their top dog quarterback under 2026 is going to be going to the Colts, and, and I think the Saints is going to be content with being having another down year. Maybe they could draft quarterback, but I doubt they will fall in love with one of these guys during this season. I think man, but even though like we don't know how Archie gonna play this year, Archie could have a down terrible year, but but I think most likely gonna happen. He's gonna have a real good year and a half of college football now this year and next year. So it's just storylines. I just think it's gonna line up for him going to New Orleans. To me, but who knows? But yeah, I just think um next year Colts might should get a franchise quarterback. So yeah, that's my opinion. So it's whatever you guys think, man. I'm out. Oh.